The new CBS show Hunted challenges contestants to evade capture by law enforcement for 28 days, at least. It premiered this past Sunday after the AFC Championship game, and here's just a peek.
Team, heads up. We have 2 more citizens who are now considered fugitives. Please step up to the board. Matt Sundberg. Christina Zapolsky, last known location, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina.
I don't really know what to expect, and that's something so intimidating. There's cameras there.
Put your head down.
I'm gonna always be thinking that every person that passes by is the person that's coming to get us. I'm so anxious.
At Command Center, Theresa's intel team dives deep into background research on Matt and Christina.
Matt is 6'8", which is freakishly tall.
If you saw a 6'8" person just walking around, you'd say, hey, look at that guy.
With a gorgeous 5'11" blonde
That's
on his
right.
arm?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not going to blend.
Yeah, I don't like their chances either. The first episode marked the best launch of a reality show in 5 years, attracting almost 12 million viewers on Sunday. Here with me then, 2 of the hunters from Hunted, Theresa Payton, first female White House Chief Information Officer under George W. Bush, and Lenny DePaul, the former head of the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force in New York and New Jersey. 2 folks you don't want to run into, especially if you're competing on the program. Lenny, so as to the premise of the show, beyond the one-word title that certainly suggests what it is, I mean, right, this is something I wonder if most of us haven't wondered at one time or another, as we've seen some fugitive chase play out in the headlines. I wonder how long I could stay out there. So now we're going to find out, ordinary, average folks,
right,
how long they can last.
We certainly will. I mean, there's 18 ordinary people, 2 moms, husband and wife, 2 friends. They go on the run. They try to disappear for 28 days. They got some incentive. At the goal line is $250,000, but they need to elude capture from some pretty intense manhunters that we have on the ground chasing them.
People like yourself. Meanwhile, for you, Theresa, what is it that you were able to bring to the project?
I mean, obviously, you can't tag a fugitive without Lenny and his team. They have to tag the fugitive. But they need to figure out where they are, and they're hiding in 100,000 square miles. When they go on the run, all we get is a photo, first and last name, date of birth, and the last known address. And they could have been at the Burger King. They could have been at work. We don't even have context for that
And this is
address.
in the southeastern United States.
Southeastern United States, across 4 states. So our job is to, first of all, identify the right person. There's some common names there, and trying to figure out, do we have the right person? Because we certainly don't want to send Lenny's team on a goose chase or knocking on the wrong door. And get them the intel as quickly as possible, but also critical is vetting it, because he has 9 cars out there covering 100,000 square miles. If we send people on an 8-hour drive and there's no leads there, we didn't do our job the right way.
A lot of territory left uncovered. The first question that people are going to have, well, if these teams are being trailed by cameras, camera crews, they are going to be easier to find than average folks who are looking to disappear. How do we allow for the limits of the medium, I suppose?
I wish it was that easy. When I was in the real world chasing down murderers, they had cameras too. I mean, I'm not looking for a camera. These folks had pinhole cameras, covert cameras, GoPros. I mean, they hid their stuff pretty covertly. That did not happen at all. The first episode, we captured two of the fugitives, and it wasn't because of the cameras, I can tell you that and assure you that. But no, the cameras didn't come into play, and they certainly won't.
Is there a concern, perhaps rightly, that we're going to learn a lot about law enforcement techniques that are probably best left to the professionals by watching this play out?
We talked about that a lot. We got together before the contest really began, the show really began, and we actually talked as a team with the producers and said, we don't mind showing our tradecraft. We don't want to teach our tradecraft. And so we spent, and they agreed with us. And so you're actually going to see us do an investigation just like we do it every day at work, like a real investigation, but you're not actually going to see us expose the details of our tradecraft.
Yeah, we've got men and women downrange today working, going after violent criminals, and we certainly don't want to give away any trade secrets, and we didn't on this show. We talked about it, we touched on it a little bit here and there, but we kept it pretty quiet.
What's the sense, what were 1 or 2 things then? The average trip-ups, folks that aren't running for a living might not know until it was too late.
People love to talk. I mean, we're out there Q&A and knocking on doors, talking to that inner circle, that circle of trust. We're gathering information, whether it's human intelligence, signal intelligence. We're putting that puzzle together, connecting the dots. But people, for 28 days, ordinary people, these aren't people that, you know, have committed crimes before, 6 to 8 prior arrests. They kind of do it for a living, unfortunately. But they are sleeping with one eye open, like I said, and they slip up. They're going to need provisions, money, a place to stay, a ride. And again, people like to talk, so communications are important. Sometimes they trip up doing that stuff.
Were you surprised that people wanted to be involved?
No, I think the premise of the show and looking at the audition tapes, you know, we didn't know who we were hunting until it was announced in the command center, but now they've put some of their audition tapes and the reasons why they wanted to go on the run, and I think, you know, each one of them wanted a sense of adventure, to better their family, or to prove they could do it, or prove something to themselves. So it doesn't surprise me, but you know what's interesting is a lot of them thought, hey, I'm off the grid, and they deleted things before they went on the grid, and what they don't realize is your cyber footprint lives well beyond just you deleting some simple accounts. And your cyber footprint isn't just your current activity online. It's that circle of trust, 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degrees of separation away from you. And so we actually monitored multiple circles of trust for the fugitives, and where we would see a lot of traffic and activity, that gave us an idea that maybe some handoffs are going there, or coordination's going on there.
You're giving them way too many ideas.
So avoid friends and family.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
That could be a reason to go on the run for some people, right?
Seriously. Look, the whiz bang of it, it's fun TV. How much of it, I don't want to say is made for television. I suppose it's the counter idea of your everyday. How accurately does it reflect?
I tell you, in the command center, we hit the ground running. You know, it's a game show, but they're human beings. When that bell rang, I didn't care if it was a game show or the real world. We did what we do best, and we were hitting on all cylinders. We were wide open for 28 days. So, I mean, to answer your question, to me, it was real. When you're chasing somebody, you're getting into somebody's mind, trying to stay ahead of the curve. You need to put that investigation together. We got some dedicated warriors downrange that are out there knocking on doors and doing surveillance and doing what we do in the real world. So I'd say 110% real on my end.
Oh, absolutely. Even on the cyber and intel side. So my company today fights bad guys and hunts down bad guys for a living on behalf of companies and individuals. And we actually used our investigation package that we use every day at work on the show. And two of my analysts, Charles DeBarber and Landon Stewart, who work for me every day, they got 28 straight days of me on the show because they're also on the hunted team. But we used the tools that we use every day at work, the target package that we use every day at work, the briefings that I would give to Lenny and Commander Robert Clark, all were sort of standard procedures that we use in our everyday.
Seems like it was fun for you.
It was fun, and the best part about it is they can, cut in the middle of a shootout as opposed to what I used to do for a living, which we didn't get in, by the way.
All right, well, look, without giving anything away then, in the end, were you surprised by the ingenuity of those you were hunting?
We gave them an E for effort, and they did well, and we certainly can't give away anything that happened because I know you're signing up for season 2. I can see that.
I'm in.
I can smell
the website that they can visit is?
You can go to CBS Hunted. You can also, if you do a search on your favorite search engine and look for season 2, Hunted Casting, you can actually apply to go on the run. I think you should apply. We'll audition you
They're
right
casting now.
I would normally say I'm coming for you, but let's be honest, you'd be coming for me. I don't know that I'd see day 3. But I'm going to give myself day 2. I think I could do it. A couple days, I could do it. Twigs, berries, I'd be good. Lenny DePaul, Theresa Payton, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hope to talk to you again.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And you can watch Hunted every Wednesday, 8, 7 Central on CBS.